Well, here we are in Dad's garage. Like I was talking about in my last video, I'm going to start working on the truck. Well, I skipped a lot of the boring teardown stuff for you guys. It's always the worst part in my mind. So we've already got the motor out, so I'll go ahead and show you. We had quite a bit of fun. I'm used to yanking shit that, you know, either A, does not have all this shit, or B, it's in a junkyard and I don't have to worry about shit, so I end up just cutting and breaking shit to get it out. So whenever you actually care about the vehicle and it has all the stock stuff, it takes a little bit longer. So this took a little bit longer than what I expected. You know, I was trying to be gentle on things, and we did end up cutting some shit, but that was just the exhaust because I'm replacing it all. But yeah, we didn't take the front core support off. Dad has this behemoth of an engine lift here that can lift the engine pretty high. We did have to choke up the chain quite a bit, like that's not very much there. We had to choke it up quite a bit, but I think we were about topped out and it was just barely catching this, and then we were able to kind of massage it over that plastic coat. I don't know, man. It was close. I was looking at it and I was pumping, and it didn't look like the pump was going up any higher. We may have had like a quarter an inch left. It was up pretty high. We had the arm all the way out, but I wanted to avoid taking off the whole front clip and fucking with the radiator. And we took the hood off just because to get to the stuff in the back of the motor, and you know, my truck sits up pretty decently high. Like this part right here is up to like my nipples. So, it made it easy to climb in here and stand on this fucking sway bar right here and reach over and get shit. But taking the hood off, I mean, as high as we had to go anyways, that hood had to come off. And the hood's pretty heavy. Me and Dad are probably gonna have a lot of fun putting that back on. Try not to shatter my windshield when we do it. Really hope that don't happen. But yeah, here's the motor. I already started ripping into her, and then I was like, wait, I should probably record before I get ahead of myself. Yeah, look at that. So fucking gunked up right there, especially in this corner. And all down the side of the pan, like you can tell she had a major leak. I got all new gaskets and everything. I'm gonna end up having to get a new dipstick because we were trying like hell to get that fucking thing out. I ended up just breaking it off, but probably gonna have to get a drill bit or something after I get the pan down, and maybe like a reverse. I guess it don't have to be a reverse. It's not like a bolt or anything, but we'll probably get a bit or something down in there and see if we can get that broke free. But that dipstick was really in there. Would not fucking come off. So yeah, and that was fun to mess with. I don't know if you've ever had to mess with one of these, the oil level sensor connector. I guess I had to look it up, but you got to get a pick in there and lift the tab up, and then it'll come out. It's kind of tricky. I got it all figured out. As far as sensors, I don't know if I'm gonna I might put a new oil pressure sensor on there. Cam sensor I'm not gonna replace. If I have to replace that, then, you know, I'll mess with that when we get there. But I think coolant and engine and oil pressure sensors are gonna get replaced. I have a lot of parts that, man, so much gunk. I got a lot of parts and a lot of shit I'm gonna be doing this. I'm basically tearing it down to just, you know, the crank, rods and pistons, you know, just the bottom end, and going from there. A lot of cleaning, and everything else is pretty much getting replaced. Here's my 706 heads that I got back from the machine shop, looking pretty good. I guess the castings that I had pulled in the junkyard, he said somebody must have put something in the coolant or mixed coolants or something, but they were corroded in the water jackets really bad, and they were actually like leaking coolant into the cylinders. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, so he had a fresh set of 706 castings sitting in the shop, and he only charged me like 25 bucks more for each set. And I got the LS6 springs on there for the new Truck Norris Cam, and everything. So I got new seals, valve job, or 3-angle valve job or whatever, and all that. It's cleaned up, ready to go, completely refurbished. So 706 heads are going to give me a really big compression bump over the 317s. It'll help, you know, the smaller valves on that will also help with like bottom end torque and stuff. That's really what I was aiming for this whole thing. Obviously I'm going to get a little bit more top end too, but I don't know how much I'm going to show this, but maybe I'll show some steps along the way. I know this has been shown on YouTube 1,000 times already, so no point in going to crazy depth. I'm not doing anything new here. I'm just doing something cool in my truck. Maybe this combination people have been thinking about. Might think it's pretty badass whenever I'm done. So, but all right, I'll update you here in a few. I'm gonna get to work and start turning this shit down. All right, dudes. About ready to stab this beast back in. We got new front and rear timing cover gaskets, front and rear main seals, new oil pan gasket, got the 706 heads on there with the LS6 valve springs, BTR Truck Norris Cam. Got everything cleaned up. It's still dirty, but it's a lot better than it was. So got the valve covers and rockers and brand new push rods and brand new lifters, LS7 lifters, all that shit. I just put the old flex plate back on there. Should be all right, hopefully. I kind of wanted to replace the oil pressure sensor, but there was nothing wrong with it, so we're gonna roll with that. But yeah, once I get this beast back in here, it's all downhill. I'm just plugging stuff back together, or putting everything back together. So first, I was gonna mess with the brake lines, but that might be like a wintertime job, just because they haven't leaked on me yet, knock on wood. And it's a whole nother can of worms, and I'm at like 3 weeks in this thing, and I only get so much time to work on it each time. Without me having my own garage, I have to keep running out here to Dad's to work on shit, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. So I'm gonna try to, first thing is getting this stuff out of the way, like the oil cooler lines right there. Just kind of getting stuff tucked back and ready to plop this engine in. And then we'll get the transmission reconnected to the motor so I can get it off the tranny jack there and everything. But if I at least get that, get the engine back in today, then it'll make things a lot easier. I'm gonna be doing this solo because I got out here later than what I wanted to, and Dad's gotta go to work, so really try not to bore you guys with all this. I mean, it's been done and seen 1,000 times on YouTube, but as far as swapping motors, and these LS motors are covered a lot, so nothing really crazy new to see here. Just a cam swap and a refresh, a mild refresh, I guess. Just all new gaskets and stuff, and new heads. Well, new-ish, they're refurbished heads. But so the fun part of this is going to be seeing how these speed engineering headers fit, which we'll be getting to that very soon once I get this back in there, and seeing how it runs and drives, and seeing if all this I mean, I know it'll be worth it, but seeing how it sounds and performs after doing all this. It should be a lot better. It was kind of a slug before, and hopefully I haven't tuned in a while, so I'm gonna have to get my tuning hat back on and see if I can get this thing tuned. Should be a lot easier than the Blazer, so there's that. The Blazer, after doing all those upgrades, it's gonna be a beast to tune. Much bigger throttle body, that intake, ported heads, and that giant ass cam. It's gonna be fun. Blazer, I feel like eventually I'm gonna end up taking it to a shop and having a professional tune it, but I'm gonna try to see what I can do first. As far as my truck, it should be a lot easier. It's just a truck cam. It's nothing crazy. It's like a mild, very mild cam compared to a lot of cams out there. So the exhaust portion of this is going to be, we're just gonna see how it goes. But I still have the tailpipe here, and this wasn't a stock exhaust, I don't believe, but we kind of just have it lopped off up here. Yep, we still have the two pieces back in here. The two, it's kind of like a wire right there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that or not. I'm just kind of leaving that there for a minute until we get this exhaust hooked up, and we'll see how it pans out. But I think Dad's been yeah, he's been playing around with some I think these are just like test welds. He was seeing if it was sticking. Sorry, my camera works awesome. But yeah, he was just playing around with this, but it looks like he's getting a good stick on there. He's a welder for a living, so I'm confident he can do some welding. I mean, mainly I think we're gonna be welding hangers and stuff, so there'll probably be a few pipes we weld. So, but yeah, it's about where we're at. I'm gonna get this thing on the giant lift over here. I'll try to get some footage of it going over the front here. It's really close, and I got oversized tires, and on these HDs they sit a little higher, so but we managed to use the big boy here and lift it up high enough to get it over that. If you don't have one of these ginormous ones, it might be a challenge to get it over the core support, but pretty much had that thing about maxed out. So, but all right, I'm gonna quit blabbing. I'm gonna get to work. Got another chopper in the family. Shake it so bad right now. Woo! Got 75 psi oil pressure at idle. All the oil pressure. Ooh, oh my God, I'm shaking so bad right now. Woo. Look at her. Spintech muffler sounds nasty. Woo! Got her home. Needs a lot of tuning. I had to 2-foot it all the way home, kept wanting to die at stops and stuff. I haven't hooked up the wideband or anything yet. And the spark is probably way off. like right now it's trying to find a happy place. We got a fucking antenna. So it's chopping so hard. It's just antenna's hanging on for dear life. Oh, I love it. Got goosebumps. I gotta set up my wideband to hook up to the truck and then hopefully get some drive time in her and get her running a lot better. I was a lifter or something, but no, the fan just kicked on high speed. That fan is fighting for its fucking life. Oh, Jesus. Well, guys, I think tuning's complete. Sounds amazing. Took the wideband off of her earlier. I gave her the ultimate test yesterday, towing the skid steer up a very large hill, and I had her like pretty decent throttle, and it was holding right at 12.5 AFR and power enrichment, 0 knock. So if I didn't have any issues there, I think I'm good. And I've been driving around with just the wideband and logging things, and even the low part throttle shit, it all looks good. So, well, guys, it's kind of excited today. I rented a skid steer to take care of a few things out here at the property, and towed it with my truck with the new cam. I mean, it doesn't pull like a diesel, of course, but pulled it pretty well, handled it pretty well, thankfully. So yeah, Truck Norris Cam confirmed it can tow. I mean, I had the skid steer, the bush hog attachment, and the bucket all in this trailer. Probably skid steer alone's like 6,500 pounds, so I don't know, it was a lot of weight. And she handled it just fine, so pretty proud of that. I think I need to upgrade my hitch though. It's rusted and it was sketchy. I had to upgrade the receiver and the ball because I needed to go up to a 2 5/16 ball, and I needed a beefy I got a forged receiver for 2-inch. So there's that. Yeah, definitely need to get a new hitch. That was sketchy. And I need to fix this I saw those compression fittings on my brake lines. Thankfully the trailer I was hauling it on had trailer brakes. So, but yeah, this is my first time ever driving one of these fucking things. I used to operate a lot of equipment in the past before I got in my current field in IT, so I'm not a stranger to equipment, and like I know a lot of the basics and stuff. It's just figuring out the controls on this beast. So that's basically what I'm doing today. I got it for 3 days. Got some dirt to move, possibly scraping probably about 2 acres worth of cornfield. I got a whole fence line to take out, these fence posts and shit, and then some small trees and stuff. So should be fun. I've only like backed it off the trailer so far, so I haven't really done much with it yet. But you know, I used to operate gas powered forklifts, and it was propane actually, but I used to do all this shit, so, and I was very, very good at it, so I'm pretty confident I can figure this thing out. Yeah, this was a huge dirt mound left over from the driveway and stuff, so it got dark last night at like 6 o'clock. God damn it, man. Just had a fucking bug laying on the back of my head. It felt big. But anyways. So yeah, I've been trying to clear this out. There was several more dirt mounds down there, but I'm basically just moving them. I moved that big one over there with that. They're gonna use that to backfill around the house. They just dropped these huge ass things off earlier today. I don't know what the fuck these are. What the hell? the hell is this for? Is it for a fucking hot tub or some shit? What the fuck? I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's our fucking showers. Ah, shit. Alright. Cool. There's two of them. I think that's all we had, actually. But yeah, house is still in progress. They got fucking all the rough electrical, plumbing, and HVAC done. All the framing's like pretty much done. They're working on the outside right now because we got to get this bitch sealed up. Because winter's coming. Get doors and siding, paint the exterior, and get all that shit going. I don't think he's ran that other copper out here yet, but we're gonna have two HVAC units, one for the upstairs and the other one for the basement, first floor. And they're going about right here. Got a basement egress right here. They never did frame that, so yeah, we're doing hardy board and all that shit. This is gonna be our porch, concrete porch. They start putting up all the fascias and shit. So yeah, I don't know what kind of fuckery they got going on there. They did all that whenever they were fucking putting all this shit on. But yeah, over here there was a huge dirt mound right here right next to the trash can. I cleared that out. That was fun, trying not to hit the fucking dumpster thing. This is all from our well. The line ran to the well, so I wasn't gonna fuck with that. It needs to settle and fall back in. And here's the other dirt mound I was moving last night. All the dirt mounds, there was one down there, one right there, and one right there. And they all got moved right here. It's got this fucking weed shit in it, needs pulled out, but a lot of this will be used to backfill around the house. And here's our septic system. I gotta let all that fall in, but now I got all this shit, and I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of all the cornfield shit so I can actually turn this into a yard. So I might scrape it, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Got all this leftover wood, a bush hog, a Tahoe that I bought from someone for like 600 bucks. I got this whole trailer, the skid steer, a track loader, or whatever you want to call it. All this bullshit. There's still plenty of room in here. If I rearrange some shit, I could still fit like 2 or 3 more cars in here. So much room for activities. But yeah, I think today I'm gonna finish moving that dirt mound, but I have all these fence posts and these little nasty fucking trees and shit right here. I might try to clear out a lot of this shit. I could probably get rid of all that. Skid steer. Just trying not to kill myself. I have no experience with a skid steer other than what I did yesterday. So really a noob. And that's a steep incline, so but I want to at least take out this corner here. And then we also got all this shit over here. It looks like my wife's actually here. And clear out this fucking fence line. All this is gonna go. Some of these are gonna have to be chopped down with a chainsaw, but yeah, should be fun. That worked beautifully. That was so much easier. I had a chain right there. Went and got me a tree saver strap. Yank that sumbitch right up out of the ground. It's kind of sketchy though, because I was worried about flying back at my face. But it Should be able to just pull this right out of the ground now. It's like all pretty much all the way out. Yeah. Hell yeah. Just to show you how terrifying this fucking thing is. Isn't that crazy? It's got swinging blades that come out whenever it swings or spins fast enough. Fucking terrifying. Well, that's about it for today. I need to take the skid steer back. It's running out of daylight. I don't want to be trying to load it up in the dark and everything. I think I wanted to try to get these tree stumps out, but man, I don't know if that little skid steer, like I'm sure I could if I kept fucking with it, but they're really in there. And see where I was trying to get this one, it wasn't fucking budging. I was trying to scrape this a little bit, but I'm not that skilled with the skid steer. I don't have a lot of hours on one. I couldn't really get that those three little things sticking up there. These are kind of beefy, so I know I can't get those, but I was able to get the ones down here. Oh man, I am sore as fuck. I'm not used to doing this shit. Oh, I've been at it for like 3 days straight now. I still have to take that skid steer to the car wash and fucking spray all that mud and shit off. But yeah, I got all these stumps out. These were just little ones though. There was one, that big one right there gave me shit. It took me forever to get that fucking one up and out. But I got all these other ones out. Kind of destroyed my yard doing it, but whatever. At least the fucking fence line's gone, and now, you know, have all this connected with all this. Still got a few trees and fence posts to take down, but man, I'm not confident enough in my tree cutting skills to take these on. These fucking thorn trees are gonna need, I'm gonna have to get like one of those pole trimmers or something to get those limbs off so I can even get in there. Just trim all those as many limbs off as I can and then try to drop it, but I don't have one. I might end up buying one. I thought about borrowing one from somebody I know, but I think with the amount of property and shit I have to do, it might be worthwhile just to buy one. Because I feel like this is my life now. Lots of yard work. Probably won't be doing too much wrenching for a little while. I got so much shit I gotta take care of. But yeah, starting to kind of look like a yard now. That fucking thing, it's got this whole concrete slab on it. That's gonna have to be busted up. At least I got a truck, you know. All this other stuff I can chop up more and just throw in the back of the truck. I don't even know where I'm gonna burn it yet. Kind of don't want to accidentally burn down my brand new house. It's not even done yet. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day. I need to get this fucking thing loaded up and cleaned off and return it so I can go. And it's starting to get cold too. It's like 40 degrees right now, 40, 50. I was gonna grab those boards, but that one over there is kind of funky and wouldn't fit in the bucket. And these, I was like, you know what? I got a truck. Come back here later and grab those with the truck. All right, that's about it.